my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to share with you the concept of Art Buddy Boomerang Journals. I'm going to share with you some flips, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to see me doing a tutorial on how to make an Art Buddy Boomerang Journal, and also give you the opportunity to get your own Art Buddy to do a boomerang journal with. So it's a really fun week to be part of the Jennibellie gang. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, and then even if you have done that, even if it was 8 years ago, please hit the notifications bell so that you do get reminders of when I post, because 2021 has some juicy things coming. So this week the boomerang art journals are born out of journals that I've done for a long time, and I even shared these a while ago on my vlog channel, and I call them friendship journals because they are not journals that you make alone. So I'm going to share that with you through this video, and then explain to you how it's different from round robins or things like that, and then give the opportunity to have a 2021 Art Buddy that is vetted by me, that is another artist, that is a genuine person, that we're going to have some real fun getting to know one another over 2021. So these are the journals that started off this whole process, and I have to be careful sharing these with you because my brain likes to include rude things sometimes. But these are old. These are at least 15 years old, and the idea is she had one, I have one, and we swap them backwards and forwards, which is the point as well of the boomerang journals, which I will share with you in a moment. So you'll probably see swear words, sorry about that. I'll try my best not to show rude pictures. But these are kind of like smash books, you know. And yeah, we included like arty things and messages and stuff like that. But these journals have evolved since then. So we got to the boomerang journals, which is you have one, your Art Buddy has one, and you send them backwards and forwards, which is why it's a boomerang. Now these ones actually aren't art journals, these were letter journals that we did. And I realised actually sharing some of these that I think I actually have a video on this channel as well, sharing these ones, but again it's years ago. So I'm going to share with you the flips of these ones that I have currently. I think she has more of the latest ones that we've done. And this one is one I made in the video, the tutorial that is in the swap group. Whether or not you want an Art Buddy, you can still go on and just watch the video making that if you want to. But the idea is you make your journal and you put in some layers and you send it off. They make theirs, make some layers, send you theirs, and then you layer and layer and layer your artwork. Now, why this is such a wonderful process is that it is so freeing because you relinquish control. Now, my friend that I do my boomerang journals with, she's not actually an art journaler, so it kind of pushes my bounds sometimes when I have no control over the kind of design or the layout. Let me pull out some journal pages to explain what I mean. And I've done half of this, you know. So I pulled this one out because there's clearly a lot going on, but there's also obviously a set way I created it, how I built the layers and with a focal, and that's true of this one that I recently shared a tutorial with you guys on how to layer effectively. So this is kind of my preferred way of creating. There's some other ones as well. This one I did in the monthly challenge group on journal workshops. when we batch created 3 pages, adding to them every day for 7 days using prompts. So there are ways that my pages develop when I'm creating them on my own. And having an art buddy with their own ways of creating pages or adding to the pages really stretches you, and it gets juicier and juicier and juicier the more it comes back. You get more excited to see what's gone on with it. So this is how it's different to other journal swaps. It's not that you're creating a page and then they're creating a page, which is fine to do too, but I don't think it stretches you. And how your art buddy will stretch you will be different from how having a different art buddy will stretch you. But not knowing what's going to happen to it next completely lets you leave perfectionism at the door. It lets you try new things, because things are never going to look how they, you get, as you create art journal pages, you get images in your head of what you want to do. And even if you're just following your intuition, like I teach in the Raw Intuitive Journaling class, even if you're just following that, where you aren't thinking many steps ahead, because that's all I teach in that one, is just understanding the next step. It just kind of switches off that part of your brain that plans anything. And it is so interesting to see it develop. When it comes back, you are looking for all like the little details, as well as the big obvious things that might be included, like my friend doing this and the dots. And I might have put this paper down, but then she came in with the pen and the pastels, which all the pastel work is her, because I don't often use pastels in my journals because they're messy. And she just totally doesn't care, She's all for pastels. I have used pastels before, and I do, because I'm going to get questions about that now I've said it, I do set the pages if I do use pastels. But it's very few and far between that I do that now. I'm more likely to create just a pastel piece of artwork on its own. But yeah, it's you are so eager when the envelope arrives to see what's happened to the journal. It's interesting to see what decisions each of you take, because another artist's outlook and way of creating is completely different to yours. So it creates this unique journal that you create together, layer by layer, not knowing what it's going to turn into. And just having a connection with another artist that's kind of deep. Because I don't know many things that's more intimate than sharing the same page. Not just the same journal, not one page you, one page me, but sharing the same and discovering how you work together. We also create artwork in our letter journals as well, but that's just us. But the boomerang journals are such fun to do, so I really hope you guys are going to make one. Or technically 2, so you can trade them.
So if you like this Art Buddy Boomerang journal idea, please share it with somebody that you may want to be your art buddy to do the boomerang journal with. If you don't have anybody, or you just want a new person to get to know in 2021, then I am creating a very special art swap on Journal Workshops, my art journaling community. We have some activities on Journal Workshops, and the art swap group is one of them, where every month we set a new theme, we swap all kinds of things, ornaments, art journal pages, embellishments, and then the usual kind of ATCs or postcards or inchies, lots of things we swap. And you don't have to, by the way, if you join the group,
And even if you just want to see me doing the tutorial, you don't have to sign up, okay? So I want to remove the fear of people thinking that just because they join the group, that instantly enrolls them. It doesn't. Every single month you have to post that you want to be included, otherwise you won't be, okay? So there's no automatic enrolment. So you can pick and choose what you want to join in with throughout the year on journal workshops. But this particular one, as it's January and as we're socially distanced from one another, I thought that something like this boomerang journal, where you can make a longer term investment in a relationship with somebody, where you can get to know them, because I'm not only encouraging that you swap the journal backwards and forwards, you also are going to be swapping other bits and pieces with this person to really build a connection. So that's all in the video in the Art Swap group for January if you want to see it. And then, as I say, once you've seen it, once you've understood how it works, it's then up to you if you want to join in or not. I think my community is going to be pretty excited about this, because especially given that we have more time to ourselves we have more time in a lot of ways to do art because we can't go places and do things. I think that it's a perfect balm for 2021, whatever it holds. So I think many people are going to be excited to do it. So go over to the Art Swap group if you wish to see that tutorial and wish to sign up for an art buddy. It's especially helpful. I think there's been an increased degree of loneliness throughout this pandemic. I mean, it's inevitable, but I think things like this just help lift our day. That's why when I started doing art videos again on YouTube, it was because of the pandemic. It was because, and I also did a free course, or a pay what you want free, to those that needed it to be free, course on journal workshops. If you want to start written journaling in 2021, you can still take that class. I did these things and I was more consistent with my posting in 2020 because I realised people needed a boost, and this is why I decided now is the time to do our Art Buddy Boomerang Journals. So I really hope that you guys that really maybe have been a little bit I don't know, for whatever reason you've just not wanted to join in with the community, I hope this will be a little bit of a nudge too, because they are the best people on the planet, undoubtedly the best people on the planet. I realise how biased I am saying that, but we are. And you'll get to, if you are brand new, meet one of them for like as close to real as I can get you in a room properly, not just a once off hello how are you on a Facebook post, or even one swap where you do exchange something physical. This is something where you will get to know somebody a little bit more and entwine with them. There's nothing more entwining than sharing your artwork together, creating something together. It's a beautiful thing. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you join. Much love everybody, I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. You want to use it in your own art and in your own journal making, you can remember this little tip from Jennibellie, that it just makes you look like you thought about the artwork more. Or what it does is it doesn't jar the eye. This one, because it's quite dark and quite heavy, and anything you add to this you might not see. So I'm just going to do a bit of work on this before it gets bound into the journal. It's just a way to make sure you both feel like it's developing together, that you're doing this thing together. And then I may stick, because that will tie in the black. Prettiness, then do so. Or maybe just leave things as they are and see, what your partner does. That's the kind of the point in this whole process. So this was inspired by this because, it was fun. And I'm aware that some of these years, the 80s and early 90s was before text was invented. But even after that, I went to university in the noughties, I still did it. I still did it with my close friends that I saw all the time. Now, when I would do it, I would always include a treat. And that is also something you want to do.